Jaylen Brown, we all know, I think is pretty well accepted, is the second best, not the first, the second best player on the Boston Celtics, who are perennial contenders. And Robbie just became the highest paid player in basketball history. 5-year deal, $304 million. This is the supermax. I don't have any issue with it. All right, I get it. As I said, he's not the best player on the team, but he's a very good player. I do think you can win a championship with him as your second best player. He and Jason Tatum, I think, can lead the Celtics to a championship. Not saying I'm picking them this year, but I might. We'll see. That's a long way away. But I don't have a problem with this deal, Rob. And I'm not saying this like they got to move him, but there is no trade clause. So they will be able, if they fall short continuously and want to redo the lineup, he could be tradable. He's only 26 years old. He improved in every area almost last year. Rob, points per game was his career high. Rebounds, career high. Assists, he tied his career high. Free throw attempts, free throw percentage, field goal percentage, all career highs. He's getting better. And so I'm fine with it. I think Boston is where a franchise wants to be. You got two young stars, 25 and 26 years old, and you are a perennial contender. And it's title or bust every year going forward for the next 5 or 6 years. So I got no issues with them paying Jaylen Brown. Rob, do you?
It's just the system. It has nothing to do with Jaylen Brown. It has to do with his circumstance, his situation. We've already seen this. Anybody who's got their panties in a bunch about this,
right?
It
doesn't even make sense, Rob.
Michael Conley, Chris, you know this was at one point the highest paid player in the NBA. Okay, so that one. I'll give you a better one. 2017, Matthew Stafford signed a 5-year. $135 million extension, Chris, right? Making him the highest paid player in NFL history at the time with no playoff wins.
Right.
Stop.
And that was shortly after Jimmy Garoppolo became the highest paid player.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Somebody's going to get a contract. Sure, you look at the numbers. Now I'm convinced why Michael Jordan got out of the NBA business when he sees the contracts they're giving out. But there's nothing you could do about it, and there's no reason to get worked up about it.
I agree. Like people talking about, $300 million for him, $69 million in his last year. Rob, by the time his last year of this contract rolls around, that $69 million is not going to scare anybody
unless the leagues collapse. That would be the only. You know what I mean? Because at some point you say to yourself, where's this going? At $69 million.
Well, yeah, but Rob, they all keep. I mean, we would have said that. We probably said that 10, 15 years ago about all the leagues.
But here's the difference now. And here's the difference. Where ESPN's talking about selling off part of their business, getting out of linear television.
Right.
Like that's the scary part, Chris. Like ESPN is even saying like it's just too expensive. The rights fees.
And we're streaming now.
Right. You just can't keep. I'm just saying there's a water level to everything. And you better make sure, just like, what is the network that the Padres didn't get the payment for the television? Bally, Chris. Bally Sports.
Well, remember, didn't that happen with the Dodgers a few years ago when they weren't on that local TV?
Yeah, but they were holding out. They were holding out against the cable company.
Right.
But in this case, Bally's didn't pay the Padres. They forfeited their rights because they couldn't make the payment. And all I'm saying is that's the only thing that would be frightening is if you get to that point. Like when ESPN gets sold to somebody, or at least a part of it, that's going to be different. And it's going to be somebody who's not in television as we see this. And you might only see television, Chris, or the NFL on Amazon and what's the other one? Apple TV. You know what I mean? Where they're playing with different kinds of money.
Yeah, but they're going to pay the leagues. They pay the leagues for those rights fees, so the money should be.
I'm just saying it won't be coming from the
It
standard,
might be a different source of that money, but
right.
It'll be there. It should, obviously anything can happen, but right now it looks like all the leagues are thriving. It's interesting because you mentioned Jordan getting out of the ownership, Rob. I mean, you saw he made in 13 years as an owner. He made, he bought in for $275 million and sold out for what? 1.8 billion, something like that.
Right, because he was just a minority
the appreciation.
Stakeholder. Right.
Well, he was the majority owner, but yeah,
but there were other people involved.
Right. He didn't have the whole 100%.
Right, he didn't get the whole $3 billion. He got.
But it makes you wonder. I mean, should he have stayed in it?
No,
because it's only going to go up.
Yeah, but
and I mean, I don't think he wanted to deal with the daily basketball operations.
No,
but you don't have
think
to as an owner.
Right, I think
he could have let somebody
you
else
hire other people. Right. But it's interesting. Some people decide that there's a time to get out, and other people want to. Like for them, Michael Jordan already has his identity. Okay, as the greatest basketball player,
and then it would just be an investment.
And then the Jordans like that. Nothing he does, Chris, with the Bobcat. I mean the Hornets. Going to change how you look at Michael Jordan.
No.
So for him, it's not. For some of these guys who have a lot of money, nobody knows who they are. They have no notoriety, and to be the owner of a team is a big deal.
Yeah, I think for him, I agree. I mean, he doesn't, and Jordan clearly, Rob, is not interested in the spotlight anymore.
No.
He is not. I mean, you see some players, and I'm not even mad at these players. We work with a lot of them. Some of them are, all-time greats, but they want that spotlight. Jordan doesn't, clearly, because he could obviously have as much as he wants, but he's content to just do his own thing and be outside of the spotlight. I was thinking, though, just as an investment, when you got that much money, Rob, you got to put it somewhere. You don't just put it in a savings account. You know what I mean?
No, you have
to invest it somewhere, right?
You do. Like, you just can't hold on.
Why not do that?
Companies do that all the time, Chris. They got too much cash on hand. They got to go acquire stuff. They got to buy stuff. They just can't have.
Remember Elon Musk?
Can't have piles of cash.
Bought Twitter. He had to get his money out of all these other places because it's not like you just got that money laying around. And it's under the mattress or something.
And now that $44 billion or whatever he paid for it, I wonder if he's like having buyer's remorse.
Well, it's X now, right? Twitter is called X.
I think so.
Is that?
I don't know. Did he change it yet? He's going to change it.
X. It officially. I mean,
not only did they change the name, they've already changed the logo twice.
Twice
since he took over. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, nothing's changed for me as I look at my Twitter X, whatever it's called. I don't see the name Twitter up there.
Yeah, the lines in the X are now bolder than they were yesterday.
I see the X. So, Chris, you don't see an X?
Where do you see the X?
The top left corner.
Yeah, I see. Matter of fact, look at next to Elon Musk's name. I see the X.
Okay. All right. I'll find it.
Right?
Either way, Mama called Twitter, I'm going to call Twitter. Right, guys?
Right.
Nice one, Rob G. I didn't know Rob G had a sense of humor.
Rob G's funny.
Rob Parker. Rob G's going to be filling in for you one of these days you're off coming up.
Oh, is that right?
You want to give him any advice?
Yes. Don't be like these other guys filling in Rob G.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Just don't be like the other guys.
Yeah, just don't be like the other guys.
Sound advice, Rob
Yes.
Parker.
I want you to continue, have a take. Don't let Chris off the hook.
They all get their comeuppance.
That's all.
They all.
And Rob G. After
Rob
that,
G.
after you fill in for me, get ready for the comedy club. I'm back on the stage on August 11th. Are you coming out, Rob G? You and the wife? Come on, Alex. Take off that Friday night. Can you come?
You know how tough it is to get a day off?
I want you to take off,
You guys
Alex.
know I'm never off.
I want you off. Alex, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay
Talk
your
about
salary
a nice
that day.
way of letting him down.
I'm taking it off.
I'm going to pay your salary
I gotta
that
work.
day.
I'll take a day
There's
then.
no way I can get. I gotta clean my garage that
Alex
night,
is
Rob.
coming. Alex is coming because, Alex,
You know what?
I got
I've
your
been
daily
meaning
salary
to get to
right
my
here.
Let's go.
attic. I've been meaning to get to my attic for the longest time.
he's
And that
gonna-
Friday night, I was going to do it.
No. He's going to be there. Alex is going to be there. Rob G's going to be there.
I would be there if
Brian
I could.
Finley's going to be there.
If I was out in L.A., I would be there.
All right.